Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. If you're new to the channel, my name's Brian, and today we're going to be talking about something that I think is missing from the new 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide. Now, you may already know that I like both the Player's Handbook and the DMG overall from the last video that I did on this topic, but there was something missing, something that I thought was actually pretty useful. So useful that I modified it for my own use in my home game and the campaign setting that I'm using. And that's the Proficiency Dice rule from the 2014 Dungeon Master Guide. Now, if you're not familiar with this optional rule, it replaces the static bonus that you get for proficiency with a die roll. So instead of adding a flat bonus to your roll, you actually get a proficiency die that you also roll, and that levels up as you level up. So at levels 1 through 4, you roll a d4 instead of adding +2. And then by level 20, that die, that proficiency die, becomes a d12. It's a simple tweak, but it adds variability and excitement to the gameplay. Okay, let's see how this rule plays out with an example. Imagine the rogue of the party, Mira, is sneaking past a guard to infiltrate a castle. Now, the DM decides that they're going to use a DC 15 for this type of check. And Mira is a 4th level rogue, which means her proficiency bonus is +2 under the standard rules, or a d4 if you're using proficiency dice. She also has a dexterity modifier of +3. So, first, using the standard rules, you roll a d20 for the stealth check. She adds her dexterity modifier +3 and her static bonus of +2. If she rolls a 10, her total is 15, just enough to succeed. She sneaks past the guard, but it's a close call and it leaves room for flair and creativity, explain it how you like. But let's use the proficiency dice rule and see what happens. Mira rolls a d20 and a d4 instead of adding the static +2 bonus. She rolls a 10 on the d20 and a 4 on the d4. Then she also gets to add that dexterity. That doesn't go away, so her total is 17. So this not only lets Mira succeed, but the higher roll might give her an edge. You might describe her sneaking past the guard with ease, or overhearing some useful information, or spotting an opportunity to gain advantage. So this variability of the roll creates room for added drama and creative storytelling. But with variability and excitement comes drawbacks. So let's imagine she rolls that d20 and gets a 10. But when she rolls the d4, she only gets a 1. Now, adding her dexterity bonus of +3, her total is now 14. Just shy of the DC needed. Now, in this case, you as a DM might describe how Mira's foot slips on a loose stone and it catches the guard's attention. She fails to sneak past unnoticed, and it creates a tense situation that the party needed to navigate. But this isn't new, right? You're either meeting the DC or you're not. And the static bonus will work either way. If you want to just use that, no problem. But having that die roll adds a little bit more of an unpredictable nature based on just how well she's able to use her skills in that situation. Since Mira is a rogue, there's another layer that we have to think about: expertise. Expertise doubles a character's static proficiency bonus with specific skills. So if stealth is used as a go-to choice for a lot of rogues, Mira would actually double her bonus of +2 to +4. Now with the proficiency dice rule, instead of doubling the static bonus, she rolls 2 of the proficiency dice. So at level 4, she would get 2d4 instead of 1d4 to roll. That means if she rolled that 10 on the d20, she rolls 2d4 for expertise, and let's say those d4s came up as 2 and 3, you're already at an 18 after you add the dexterity. So expertise gives even more variability and potential to excel in their skills. But let's face it, this is a lot of dice to roll. That's kind of the benefit to this in some ways, but I think that it could be cumbersome for new DMs or people that just aren't used to having to crunch all these numbers. But if you don't want to keep track of all of these types of dice rolls, especially when it comes to attack rolls or other types of things like saving throws, you could just make it specific to skill checks. And that makes exploration and problem solving more dynamic, but it reduces the amount of rolls that you need to do for other things that already have a lot of rolls. The good news is there's no reason why you can't use the 2014 optional rule with the 2024 books, or at least I can't see a reason why you shouldn't be able to. The proficiency dice rule fits into any edition of D&D, I think. It's just a matter of deciding what works best for your group. And the official character sheets already include a little circle next to each skill or saving throw to mark proficiency. Now, normally you mark it and then you add your standard bonus when you are marking that circle as a reminder, but you could just have this be a reminder to go look at your proficiency dice section at the top. because you could just write the dice instead of the bonus. So instead of +2, you could just write D4. And when you level up, D6, and so on and so on. For characters with expertise, this section also reminds you to roll 2 of these proficiency dice. So if you see that marked, just roll 2 of those dice instead. Now, I think that just keeping things on your sheet this way make it pretty easy to use. In fact, I like this concept so much that I included a version of this rule in the Lorekeeper rule set for Guardians of Getica. If you'd like to see how I adapted it, you can download the rule set for free on the Geek Philosophy Patreon, a link in the description below. And a big thank you to my amazing patrons, especially those of you that are supporting our Guardians of Getica campaign setting. It's a reason that I can keep making videos like this. I really appreciate your support. I also just want to mention that this is the beauty of D&D, by the way. We can mix and match and adjust rules to fit our tables and create the game experience that we want. So we're not beholden to any one system set of rules. It's okay to like the 2024 books and use things from 4th edition. Do what you want to do. What's something that you think is missing from the new edition? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications, do all that stuff so you don't miss any of our content. And I'd like to leave you with a little geek philosophy from Captain Steve Rogers himself. I can do this all day. Cheers.